How's it going, folks? Robbie, welcome back to the channel. Going to check out some events that I just created on Forza Horizon 6. Got to start saying 6. So used to saying number 5 out of habit. So good to get the new game. It does have its flaws here and there, but nothing too drastic at the moment. Overall, the map is awesome. So I just created my first event. So this is going to be my test track for a coming up series that I'm going to start where I'm going to test and review all the cars. So let's quickly show it off. We're in the heart of Tokyo. As you can see, it's so good finally after so many games having an absolutely amazing city. Although the game doesn't quite like you zooming out like this throughout the city. You get a bit of things popping in and out, and there's certain areas like over here. Hang on, let's quickly go over while we're levitating like God. You can see this part here, which is not meant to be seen from the outside because you obviously meant to be ground level. They didn't really do much detailing inside, which is fair enough, but it just looks weird when you see it from above. But let's not get distracted. Let's head back to the pit straight. It doesn't like me flying over. Even though you're up in the air, you still kind of have to go by the roads a little bit because sometimes there's invisible walls. But yeah. Anyway, so this is my track. It loops around the like the uptown area of Tokyo. Not sure. I tried multiple areas. There's a few spots where I found good layouts. There's some good layouts up and above in the mountains, but I'm like, nah, I want them. Back on Horizon 5, I had a track in the forest. So this time around, we're going to have a city course. So let's go down and have a look, and I'll show you what I've done. Prop limit, when you see all the stuff I put down, it's only 48%. So I feel like the prop limit, having built many tracks like this in the open world, I feel like it has increased a little bit. So we've got our first right-hander up ahead. To stop anyone cheating, there is a wall here to make you take it a bit wider. Again, you got some concrete walls on the outside as well to make sure you stick to your line. You're going to see that quite a lot, this concrete, because I liked having a bit more of a narrow track, because that is a fault of this game in certain areas. Some of the roads are quite wide. You can get like 2 or 3 cars side by side in one lane. That's a bit annoying, but you know, what can you do? I can't redesign the game. So then we come around here, loop around. We're going to go onto the outside because, again, we've got a wall here. We've got a very tight left-hander. This is a pretty quick corner because you're coming around this area pretty quick. And then you got to drop it down usually at a second and head down here. It's a fairly narrow road. Now, this is where I do a little bit of trickery, and I've done this with a lot of things I build. So this is going to be for my review series, so I'll be capturing footage, but at the same time I'm going to be racing drive avatars. Now here, where's the last checkpoint? Oh, because I restarted it. So what I'll do is I'll put a checkpoint right here, and then the next checkpoint will be here. Now what the drive avatars do, I've been doing this since we've been able to make, it was like Forza Horizon 3 or 4. So I'll be following the checkpoint from here to around the corner, following the line. But the drive avatars follow the racing line no matter where you put it. So what I'll have them do is go all the way up here. This is a great way to farm money while you're out testing your cars. I'll get them to go up here, loop around, they'll come back down this lane, and then they'll turn a right into there through the checkpoint, and they won't know anything that's different. I'm going to gain 15-20 seconds on every lap. So I'll be doing my test laps, doing my hot lapping and testing the cars, get the fastest lap. At the meantime, I'll be building up a shitload of credits and XP while I'm, quotations, racing them, because every time I go through the lap, I'll be taking the racing line around the corner. They're going to be shooting up to the corner to do a little, I call it the drive avatar loop. Get them out the way, easy way to farm credits while you're just mucking around. When you want to race seriously, then, all right, turn that off and have them dressing normally. So we're going to head down here, down this kind of esplanade thing with all the tile road. Not too sure what it is, but it gets a little bit narrow at the end. Obviously, I've built out the wall a little bit on the right. So you're going to got to be very careful. The concrete is not very forgiving. Can't run too wide because of all the gardens and stuff. You'll plow through it, but it's going to affect your time and slow you down. Again, another wall out here forcing you over to the left. And then we've got another, this is a pretty tight corner because depending on the car you've driven, I've tested a few, you kind of run a bit wide, hence all the tyre walls, but you don't want to be going too wide because you need to bring the car across because you've got a tight right-hander, 90 degrees straight away, and that one I've clipped quite a few times and it sends you off into that, so you've got to get your line right. Maintain it, ignore all the obstacles, try not to hit all those. We've got another tight right here with a concrete barrier again. And then we've got a little chicane of sorts through the big junction. But again, you can't carry too much speed because of what's around the corner. Because you want to avoid that, you got to get the car over to the right again to get it around here. This is a really wide esplanade sort of road. And you see what I mean about some of these lanes? Look how big they are. It is massive. So yeah, you can, as long as you enter that corner pretty good, you can, the sign's in the way. So yeah, all my corners have signs on them showing you where to go in case you get lost. That is for me as well. Obviously, I'm going to do thousands of laps around here because this is going to be for my series. So you can get onto the power pretty well depending what you've got, but you got to get it over so you don't hit the sign. Gun it for a little bit up into the third or fourth gear depending what you're driving. Then you're going to be forced over to the left. I do this to unsettle the cars under hard braking. Then you got to shoot it across to the right so you avoid that. But at the same time, you don't really want to hit all this stuff. So you've got to come across then and swing back over to the right a bit for your braking line. Then we've got a really tight hairpin here on the main road, and we're going to shoot back up the highway. There's the main city road, whatever you want to call it. You built up a bit of speed down here up into about fourth gear in certain cars that I was driving. Got a slalom up ahead. No one's watching, so it doesn't matter if you balls it up. Again, nice little challenge. This is a circuit I've designed just to make it a little bit more challenging than certain events that you get in the game, the circuits. I like to test the cars out a little bit more, and it's more fun. I find it more fun if it's a bit more challenging and technical. Again, so after the slalom, we shoot up here, ignore all that. Another little S-bend sort of thing. This is a pretty tight corner, so you got to try and ignore that. Don't hit the outside wall. Oh, I forgot about this street with all. It's as cool as it looks with all the shops and the signs. They do a lot of these little shops play music, so that's why I'm so high up in the air. I don't want to get a copyright. So you're down here, around here again. You're going to be out to the left because of these concrete. Sorry, you're going to be out to the right for the concrete walls. They're friggin' shops playing music. So let's get out the way. Most cars typically end up drifting out towards this side, the left side of, as you can see on screen now, where the little thing on the screen is. So yeah, that is purely there just as a bit more of a challenge to make it a little bit more narrow. Then we're back on this road, building up a bit of speed. This is the same road run before. We will cross paths a little bit. I originally was trying to make a circuit use some of the expressway, like go on an on-ramp, drive for a few hundred meters and then off another on-ramp, but there's too big of a distance between them, the on and off ramp, so I couldn't quite utilize the expressways, which kind of sucks. I thought it would be pretty cool, but I didn't really want the lap being 3 or 4 minutes long. So yep, under here, and now we head down here. Obviously that's the left side which we come up before. We're going to take a tight right here again. And there we go. This one can produce a little bit of oversteer. You can carry a bit of speed through there. It's just try and avoid the outside there. Again, you got to try and bring it back over because there's another concrete wall on the left, which can get in the way if you're driving a really, really fast car. Then you got quite a tight left-hander here, 90 degrees, concrete barrier on the inside, concrete barriers on the outside. So you got to get your lines right, otherwise you're going to be losing a lot of paint. Same thing, down this little lane, get over to the left. Same thing, same corner as the last one. A lot of these, because it's a city, it's a grid, a lot of the corners are the same. And then the same thing over here. This one is, again, quite a narrow entry. You've got to get your line right. These trees, you can drive through them, but they do slow you down. And again, we got one more tight left-hander, 90 degree. This one's a little bit more, it's tight on the inside, but on the exit, it's quite wide, as you can see. Because the road's so damn wide, it's very forgiving, so you can get this thing onto the power earlier. If you haven't built anything yet, these are the starting positions for the cars. When you make an event on Horizon 6, you do have to place these down. You can adjust the settings afterwards to have only yourself or 3 or 4 cars, but you still need to have a position to have all these down. But the thing I'm really loving about this game, for once we got the freedom to start an event anywhere on the map we want. We don't have to go to a pre-existing event to make our own blueprint. You can literally start them anywhere, and it's just so much freedom and choice. I absolutely love that. But however, I built quite a lot of things on Event Lab back on the other one, Horizon 5. However, I've got a complaint so far already with Horizon 6 regarding the events. They have taken out so many props that we had from last time around. All the walls, for instance, they've redesigned a bunch of walls, new ones, which is cool, but a lot of the old ones are gone. Tires, a lot of the tire walls are all gone. Racing walls, everything gone. Signs, the signs have been absolutely butchered. That's all there is now. So unless they're going to bring something in a future update, everything has been butchered. There's so little of things we had before. I mean, it's good to see some new stuff for the decor for the garages when you're upgrading your garage, but yeah, we're missing a lot of props and stuff. One thing I used to love when I made certain events was the car park. They used to have little colored signs for the levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I used to use those for like braking boards in my races. That's not here anymore, so yeah, we've lost those as well. So yeah, fingers crossed if we get some stuff back, but we did lose a few features of props we like, so that's annoying. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they come back. So we'll get out now. We'll go for a quick drive so you can see it in action. This is a Volkswagen Golf that I found around the map. It was a discount car. It's slightly tuned up. It drives all right. No pressure now to drive properly. So I'll show you what I meant with the driver tail loop. So what I'll do here, I'll put a checkpoint just for now. And then I'm going to drive all the way up here and send the driver tails up here because they will follow the racing line because they're idiots. So I'm going to have them come up here. They'll do a big loop. This is a great way to farm money. Just, you don't have the challenge. I mean, you can have the challenge if you want, have them follow you, but this is just a great way for me to get my footage for my video and at the same time make a bit of money. And then I'll have the next one there. So I'm going to come around the corner and follow the checkpoints. Meanwhile, they're going to go all the way up there and follow the racing line, then come around the corner. That takes them about 20, 30 seconds. And if you add that up at 10 or 15 laps, it's quite a lot of distance and you can just kick back and relax. Easy way to get XP and money. All right, so I'm not going to go full tilt around here because I don't want to ruin the car, but you get the idea of the lap. So I will put the share code down below. You can more than welcome to check it out. But starting tomorrow will be my first video of my car review series. I've got the Toyota, the GR, the 2020 model. That'll be the first one. I'm already about 3/4 of the way through the footage of that one. And there's some little tricks with the cameras that they haven't fixed from Forza Horizon 5, which is great, which means I can get some really good shots. You can see here around the corner, that's quite a bad line, but you get the idea. It's got a bit of understeer, this car, plus it was a pretty bad line. The slalom, don't really need it, but I didn't really want super long straights, so it was a good way to test out the handling of the cars and how well they can shift their weight around, and it's an added degree of difficulty for me. Handling wise, it is very similar to what we know in Forza Horizon 5. Depending on the tyre you've got, the cars can slide around a little bit with regular road tyres, but once you put semi-slicks on them like that, it's quite grippy. The handling model is pretty much the same. And we built up a bit of speed. You can see nice wide roads as we can easily get two cars side by side in one lane. It is quite annoying, especially some of the country roads that are quite wide. It kind of ruins it a little bit, but again, it's not a deal breaker. This is the best map by far we've ever had on the Horizon series. Nothing comes close. It is massive. The variety in the roads and the terrain, the landscape is just, yeah. You can't go barreling across the countryside like we used to do on Horizon 5. If you follow the roads to get from one side to the other, it's going to take quite a while. So that is the track. It's about 4.5 Ks long. What was the car I drove? The Toyota Supra. It was a little over 2 minutes to give you an idea how long it's going to take you to go around. So for 10 laps around here, you can just go around yourself. The driver tires aren't going to affect you, but you're getting roughly 85,000 credits a race, and then you got about 15,000 XP. So as you're just driving around and getting better with each car, you're getting a bunch of money, and it's an easy race. Kind of cheating, but who cares? All right, I'll quickly show off the last event I have created for my review series, and that is a high-speed runway and a brake testing. So we're up here in the mountains. Let's zoom on out. We're all the way up the very top of the map. We've got Mount Fuji off in the distance, the big arena all the way over there. Tokyo is all the way over there. It is a huge map, as you can see, and then it goes all the way down here. That island over there, I think that one is Legends Island, which is blocked off for now, but it is a massive map. If you haven't played yet, it is really big, and there's so many variety of roads. There's a lot to do. There's even a snow, some snow roads. I probably won't be using a lot of these. As you can see, I've built over it. Had to kind of bunch up. You can place these boxes where the cars are going to start. You can have them wherever you want. You can have yourself at the front and all the others a mile back. It's up to you. I just bunched them up because it doesn't matter for this one because I'll be racing this event on my own. The only problem with this is depending on where you start, because originally I started back here and there wasn't enough room for the 12 boxes. So you do have to be aware of either starting in an open field or on a road where there is enough room. You can bunch them up like this, but default, they usually kind of spread out a bit more. So this one, we'll do this in the car because you can't see because it is such a long road, it doesn't even spawn. So this is just a little downhill section to build up a bit of speed for the slow cars, because at the bottom is a brake testing zone, which I'll be using in the reviews just to find out what cars have got good brakes. This is more so for the D-class cars that can't get to 150 k's an hour for the braking, the hard braking. It's just to give them a little bit of a boost down the hill. So you got the 150, that's good. For me, I like to do 150k an hour to 0 just to get an idea what the brakes are like, and when I'm tuning the car, I bring them back here. You can go into the pause menu in the tuning menu and adjust the brakes. It tells you what the brakes will do, as we know. But I like to see it firsthand in the real world and get an actual idea what it does. No, I enjoy doing it. But if you don't want to do it, you can just drive straight on through. When I was talking before about the garage numbers for the car park, that we haven't got that prop anymore. This is where I used them. So every second one of these lines is 5 meters. This chute is exactly pretty much 5 meters, and I use this as my yardstick. So the one, you see the pole on the left there, that is 10 meters. There's 2 poles up here, that's 20, 30, you get the idea. 50 in the middle, and then it stops up here at 90, and then there's 100 just over there. Again, you don't have to do it, but I like to do it. It's a bit of fun. Now, over here is the runway. You can ignore the drag light tees, or you can line it up. It's up to you. So from here to that bridge up ahead, that is exactly 1 kilometer. This is exactly 5 kilometers long, which is 3.2 miles long. So it is dead straight, dead flat, no obstacles, perfect weather every time. And it's the ultimate spot to get the perfect top speed runs all you want. You can have a couple of friends with you. I'll be doing a few of these runs with my son as well, just doing some drag racing. And here you can just go unlimited. This ute's got a bit of had some upgrades to it, so it's going to go a little bit faster than it would standard, but there's checkpoint roughly every kilometer, and we'll just go all the way to the end. I've got it really high up in the air too, so you don't see, actually we'll go out. I built one of these on Horizon 5, but it was a lot lower to the ground, and you're constantly getting pop-up from all the mountains and stuff. So this way I built it from the very top of the mountain, pretty much. You can go a little bit higher up there, but you're not getting anything popping up and affecting the vision. But as you can see, we're a long way up. You don't even get any graphical glitches and stuff popping up as you're flying along here, because you're shooting across the map at speeds you're not really supposed to do. But I prefer to do this. The highway's a lot of fun in this map, but there's not as many spots like, for instance, Mexico, where you can go 300 miles an hour without hitting cars or going up and down through corners. And this one is just completely straight. As you can see, you're going so fast it doesn't even load properly. But yeah, this is where I'll be doing my top speed runs to find out exactly how fast each and every car does. No excuses like Horizon 5, the freeway, you get different results depending on which direction you go. But yeah, that is it. That is exactly that little archway. That is exactly 5 kilometers right there, and this is where I'll be doing it. So this will be showing up in all my videos for my review series starting tomorrow. But first one will be the Toyota Supra GR, and then we're going to hopefully get one out a few times a week, and then slowly get to check out all the new cars we've got in this game. So until then, I'm Rob. Share codes are down below if you want to check these out, but be back tomorrow, my first car review. So until then, see you later.